tell you one thing, it is wet underfoot. Hi, 6 o'clock in the evening in Noidart, watching the sun go down over the sea, listening to the stags. It is absolutely stunning. This is an amazing place to be, absolutely brilliant. But I'll tell you one thing, it is wet underfoot. I think the Cape Wrath Trail, if you learn anything from the Cape Wrath Trail, is you're going to have wet feet within 10 minutes, whatever footwear you've got. It's incredible. Absolutely stunning place. Hi, just spent the last 2.5 days coming through Noidart, which I've got to say is one of the best places in Scotland I've ever been. I don't know why I've never been here before. It's just incredible. It is so remote. There's just nothing there. It is brilliant, absolutely fantastic place. Now on the way, mid-afternoon, heading up over the hills, over towards Shield Bridge. Maybe get there sometime tomorrow. Hi. Just walked over the pass behind me, up underneath the Falcon Ridge of a mountain called the Saddle, which looks absolutely fantastic, and I'd love to do that one day, come back, do the Falcon Ridge. Last night camped just on the other side of the ridge, about 700 metres. It was cold. I'm guessing, I don't know, 1 degree maybe, but it's pretty cold now. Heading down to Shield Bridge, see if we can get anything in the shop. Yeah. Hi, so we've just come through Kintail, and we're going to head up over that pass, that Beerlach behind me. Just realised that when I talk to camera I usually say we. I am on my own, but I think I say we because I'm used to having these conversations all the time with my alter ego. I'm comfortable with that, so that's okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the area that we're going through next is going to be like, because so far we come through Noidart, come through Kintail, later on we're going to go through Torridon and then the sort of Letter U wilderness. I have no idea what the next day and a half is. I don't know what it's called, I know nothing about it. I've never been up any of the hills, I've never seen any photos. Don't know what's coming. I guess it's going to be boggy. Usually is. So, that's what we're doing. Look at this place. God, what a place this would be to camp. This is decision time, isn't it? It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Do I call it a day and have the camp? Or do I press on for 2 or 3 hours? Wow. Morning. This is dawn on Sunday morning at the perfect campsite, and it is really cold. I'm wearing thermals, fleece, down jacket, waterproof. Try and warm up. I'm just going to leave the camera running. Every noise that you hear are stags, not cows, they're not sheep. So, I was thinking last night about whether, given the choice, would I do the Cape Wrath Trail in October? And I think definitely I would. I love the colours that you get of the grasses, the marsh grasses. It's brown colour in October. I love the stag noise. There's no midget, which is a complete and utter bonus. Downsides, it's a lot colder. Could be wetter, but then it depends on the weather in summer. Can't really tell. But I think, yeah, on balance, definitely do it in October. Listen to that. Just thought I was thinking about why I make these videos, why I started doing this. Maybe 2 or 3 years ago, my dad, who's in his 80s, he had a really bad knee for a while, and he was really struggling to walk. That's a lot better now, so that's a good thing. But we were talking about just what I was doing, the walks I was doing. He was really interested, and so I put a video together, and the easiest way of sharing it with my mum and my dad was by putting it on YouTube. And I'm just thinking about what an amazing walk this is, and what a special time this has been for me. And so much of it goes back to my mum and my dad. When we were kids, me and my brothers, I think started when I was about 8. Mum and dad took us on holiday camping in Switzerland in the Alps, and we used to go walking in the Alps. We did that for about 5 or 6 years in a row or something growing up. And I guess the reason why I'm sitting here freezing my bits off in this most amazing place is because we got dragged up hills when we were 8 years old, and thank you, I guess. Cheers. Hi. Just got to the top of the pass, Beerlach. I think it's about 700 metres. That was hard going. A lot of walking across pathless bog and up the hillside. But it's good we're here now. I've just seen my first person in 7 days, apart from 2 tents near me, camping at Barrisdale Bay in Noidart. I've just seen the first person walking in 7 days. Wow. That's the Cape Roth Trail, pretty remote. I'm going to head down the other side of the pass this afternoon, down towards Achnashella at the road, and then think about where to camp somewhere down there. Seems like a shame not to go up this Munro here while we're here, but I think I'm a bit exhausted. Okay, so footwear. I've worn these Ultra trail runners. Absolutely brilliant. I wouldn't change them. I wouldn't change them for my mountain walking boots. Really, really comfortable. No blisters at all. Do you get wet feet? Yes, completely. They're not waterproof. They're not designed to be waterproof in any way. They let the water straight in, but they also let the water straight out. So what happens is you will get wet feet, and then you'll get dry feet when it stops being wet. So yeah, really, really good. This particular pair have done about 400 miles. As you can see, the soles are quite worn and they're starting to come apart at the side. They are really, really good for grip on rock. They are pretty rubbish for grip on wet, boggy grass. Totally different, totally the opposite to my mountain boots, in that my mountain boots can be quite slippy on rock, but you've got the heel to dig in when you're coming downhill on grass, on wet, muddy grass. So that's something to be aware of. You do tend to fall over a lot, but they're really, really good. Just thought I'd show you what I eat in the course of a day. On the part of the Cape Roth Trail that I've walked from Glenfinnan through to Kinlochhew, there is only one shop, and that's at Shield Bridge. Unfortunately, when I went past, it was closed because it said closed due to COVID-19 reasons. So good job that I've had 8 days worth of food with me, because you're not going to be able to resupply on the way. So this is what I eat in the course of a day. When I get up, I usually have one of these. It's like some bog standard supermarket oat bar. Walk for 2 or 3 hours, then have a sort of breakfast of porridge, which is basically, for me, is oats, dried cranberries, coconut block, peanut butter, apricots, sunflower seeds, so as many calories as I can get into it as possible. And then later on in the afternoon, I start eating this stuff, which is just a homemade bag of cashew nuts and pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds and all that sort of trail mix. Probably also have one of these, which is just, again, cheap rubbish from a supermarket. And then for tea, I brought with me these dehydrated backpacking meals. These are absolutely fantastic. They cost about £5. Taste delicious, really high calories, really good stuff. Yeah, and I've just realised, looking at it, it says Summit to Eat, and I have looking at these for 8 days solid, and I've realised it's a play on words. So well done. Okay, so here's my tent, which isn't really a tent at all. It's just simply a 3 metre by 3 metre tarpaulin from DD Hammocks. It's really, really light. I think it weighs about 400 grams and packs up to something about the size of my hand. Basically I set it up with a walking pole. I put the walking pole in the middle with a tennis ball, which I've cut in half, on top, and that means you can tie 3 guy ropes onto around the top part of the tarp, making it really, really stable. So quite simply, the way that the tarp works is peg out 2 of the corners at the back, the other 2 of the square corners come together to join together to make the triangle shape. If I open this up, what we have is, this is how the extra flap like this is left once you peg it out, and this is the entrance. So you just hold it up and climb in, and so inside, what I've got here is a lightweight inner tent, again from DD Hammocks, which I think is supposed to maybe fit inside like a hex peak type tent, and it works really, really well in this tent. It's incredibly stable. It's really, really good, this design of tarp, this setup, and for one person it has so much space at the front here, as you see. That's us out. So I'm not really sure if that video works, but that's the tent. Second thing you can do with this style of tent setup is by putting the second walking pole at the front, it makes an open awning where you can sit and have a cup of tea and relax.